ladies and gents, we've had this qualifying session for the Bahrain Grand Prix. It did not disappoint. We've got the man that we kind of expected to be on pole, but up at the front, it's very, very close. 3 different manufacturers leading the top 3 positions. Let's jump straight to Q1 though. Some disappointing results in this one. Ollie Behrman, last place. He would be really disappointed. Ocon looked brilliant in that session, and to see his teammate comfortably up ahead, he'll be disappointed because Ollie Behrman actually has been the better of the 2 drivers for most of the season and the one that's extracted the lap when it comes to getting it in qualifying, getting that lap out, and where it was like 0.8 of a second slower than Ocon in that session. So he'll be disappointed because he probably would have felt he shouldn't have been there. Lance Stroll, another one. He's had 2 really poor qualifying sessions back to back. It didn't go well for him here at all. And then we've got Gabby Bortoletto up in 18th place. Liam Lawson, another disappointing session. He goes out in Q1 again. He can't catch a break, this kid, at the moment, can he? He's just, I don't know what's going wrong for him. It just seems all to be going wrong at the moment. And another really poor session for him. Alex Albon out in P16. Looked like he might just have snuck through. He was disappointed he just didn't get the lap together. There was pace in that car, looking at how well his teammates got on. He'll be disappointed as well because he should have been way much further up the grid considering what that car has underneath him. The star of that session though was Jack Doohan up in P5. Much needed performance from him. Lando Norris led the way, Hamilton second and Verstappen third in that session. And then into Q2, Esteban Ocon with a big crash brought out the red flag. Real shame for him because it looked like he had the pace potentially to even squeeze into Q3. But we'll never know on that one in the end. Disappointing from him. He didn't get a lap, so we'll start in 15th. Fernando Alonso in 14th. Actually was really happy with his lap to be in P14. Not sure why he was so happy. It didn't look like it was anything spectacular, but I guess he just probably wasn't expecting to get out into Q2 where that car is. Nico Hülkenberg, another one. He's actually quite happy with his P13. Probably extracted the best he could out of that car, and I think he's done a good job there for change this season. Isaac Hadjar up in 12th place. Will he be disappointed? He's the fastest of the RBs. Is this the maximum that they could have got out of it? Who knows? But this kid has been pretty much in the top 10, hasn't he, when it comes to qualifying, and he's pulled off some good performances. So I'm not really sure what to make of it. Did he just not have the car under him? Jack Doohan just misses out into Q3, P11. Looking at where his teammate ended up, will he be disappointed? Potentially, but he's done a solid job and he'll be looking to fight for some points tomorrow. And then we'll jump into Q3. Yuki Tsunoda starts in 10th place. His last run just didn't seem to be anywhere close, did he? He was much closer into Q2 to Max Verstappen, was less than 2 tenths in it between him and his teammate. When it got to Q3 though, Yuki just seemed way off, but I guess he'll just be happy he's progressing. He's got into Q3 of a tricky car, and it didn't look like that car was underneath them at all. Max was really struggling in that one as well. Lewis Hamilton lines up in 9th place. Here's another one. I think he'll be disappointed. Charles Leclerc did a much better job than him. Throughout that session though, the 2 Ferraris looked really close together. So again in Q3, Lewis Hamilton just can't seem to make that step up in performance as when it gets to Q3. It just seems to... It gets to Q1, Q2, and everyone's sort of there. And when it needs to just give that extra little bit edge out, Lewis Hamilton can't seem to make that difference yet. So he'll be another one that's disappointed. Carlos Sainz, I think he's had a brilliant qualifying session. He went really well here in the test, and he's shown he's good around here in the Williams. A P8, much needed from him. A really, really good result in qualifying session for him and the Williams team. He'll be hoping he can hold on for some good points for them in the race tomorrow. Max Verstappen in 7th place. Yes, you heard that right. I thought it would be a struggle here. I didn't think they'd struggle that badly, though. They were absolutely nowhere. Max was just struggling into braking. He's been complaining about that throughout all the practice sessions and in the qualifying sessions for that matter. But he pulled off a half decentish lap in the end. But considering where his teammate is, was that all that they had in it really? Disappointing. The only good thing for him is though, in 6th place, Lando Norris, his championship contender, is 1 point ahead of him, lines up 1 place ahead of him. Lando Norris should not be there, actually. That car looked like it was quick enough to be on pole position. It is the car on pole position. Lando Norris, as I predicted, should have come home in second place behind Oscar Piastri. He was good enough for that. He's been about a tenth off his teammate for most of this session, so didn't quite have the pace of Oscar Piastri, but Lando Norris in sixth place. Disappointed for him in the end. Pierre Gasly with a cracking qualifying session. Puts it in P5, a brilliant job from him. He was so happy over that in the end, and as he should be, a brilliant job there from him. Kimi Antonelli comes home in fourth place. I think he did a pretty solid job. He impressed this rookie, hasn't he? Didn't quite get it together like his teammate George Russell, but starts in fourth on the second row of the grid. This car looked good in the end. It looked like, could they nick a surprise qualifying session pole position? Wasn't to be though. Charles Leclerc with a brilliant lap, stuck it in P3, and I didn't think they'd be as close to the front runners as they were. They were about 8 tenths off in Q2 from the man on at the front of that session, so it looked like for all the world that they'd struggle, but Charles Leclerc's pulled it off. A very solid result from him. George Russell looked like the man that he could take pole position, but he comes home in second place. I did predict him to take third, and it probably should have been third, but for Lando Norris messing up his lap. But a really solid job from George Russell. Can he go home and win it tomorrow? And that'll be 5 different manufacturers, 5 different teams winning the first, 4 different teams, winning the first 4 races will be absolutely incredible. 5 if you count the sprint race where we've got Ferrari winning in that one. So it shows how incredibly tight it is. Oscar Piastri is the man on pole position. This guy looked absolutely on it. He did the job, what he should have done, unlike his teammate. He was comfortably the man that looked like he was set for pole position. He pulled off the lap. When it counted, he had to make it count on his last run. George Russell, pumped in that lap to take provisional pole at the time. And Oscar Piastri absolutely delivered a brilliant job from him. He'll go home very happy with that. Just the only disappointed with, will he be disappointed though that his teammate is not directly behind him? Will he want that buffer when it comes to strategy calls? I do expect Lando Norris to close up to Piastri in the race. And well, who knows? It'll be tight going down to the first straights. Can George Russell get the jump on Piastri and make a fight of it at the front? Who knows? But it should be brilliant. It's set up fantastically well. We will get overtaken here in Bahrain. I'm saying it and putting my neck on the line. So stay tuned. Watch out for the race preview review coming tomorrow. It should be cracking. Let's hope with this grid set. We've got 3 different manufacturers in the top 3 positions. The Mercedes looked strong. Will they continue that when the night falls and we get them sort of dark, cooler conditions? That's when the Mercedes come to light, and it's shown again here that they weren't particularly promising in practice. They've pulled it together when it comes to qualifying. McLaren, though, look the team to beat. Can Oscar hold on for a race win? He'll make it 2 wins this season. He's been brilliant so far. He was absolutely fantastic today, though. But there we have it. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. As always, see you on the next one.